All right, I am extremely caught up on decodes right now, so I'm actually recording this um like probably a couple of days before it drops, but you're watching it now, so that means it dropped. And this is still trending. Oklahoma State fires football coach Mike Gundy after 20 plus years. So this is another coach story because I just dropped the New York Liberty coach in the WNBA. Her name was Sandy, parting ways with the New York Liberty after getting bounced from the playoffs by the Phoenix Mercury. So another story here about a coach. And if I remember, I caught a connection. I caught a connection as well right here because she was an Australian coach, the New York Liberty coach that just parted ways with the team. And Australia equals 141. I brought that up at the end of that decode, but I didn't have anything to connect it to. Okay, so you see that's the reverse cipher with the 141 right there. So look at that. I'm going to show you right here how this connects to this story. This is the guy. Remember, I'm a man. I'm 40. Remember that rant? He said there was like newspaper articles attacking his player or whatever. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me. Isn't that amazing? And we'll play that. But isn't that amazing? Because look, that was on, look at on the bottom there, on this date, September 22nd, 2007. See that right there? Isn't that interesting? Now he's fired. It looks like that rant was on September 22nd. And look at our article here, September 23rd, 18 years later. What are the odds of that? Mike equals 25. This is his name. Mike Gundy, coach and former player, played quarterback for Oklahoma State from 86 to 89, later served as their head coach. Mike equals 25. He served as the head coach from 2005, like 25, to the year 2025, which we're in now. I just told you about that 141 and how this connects to the New York Liberty coach parting ways with the team in the WNBA. Australia is where she was from. Oklahoma State equals 141 like Australia. Mike Gundy's August 12th birthday leaves 141 days in the year. He's got the August 12th birthday. I thought I had it in there. Here it is right here. Isn't that interesting? And Australia equals 141. Let me pull up that coach now. You can go look at that decode. It's already dropped on my channel. Sandy Brondello. Here she is right here. Ooh, look, her birthday is 8 days after Mike Gundy, too. Look, that's on the fly. She's got the August 20th birthday. Parting ways with the New York Liberty. Trending. Her birthday is 8 days after Mike Gundy. Look at that. That's on the fly right there. That's on the fly, and she's born in Australia, played in Australia, Australian women's national team. I guess she was the coach as well. Look at that right there. So Australia 141 in the reverse cipher. Easy. Look at the little chart thingy there. Come on, that's simple. 141, and then you get the 141 with this other coach trending story. They said Sandy parted ways with the Liberty There's and now this guy gets fired. Oklahoma State Cowboys in football. Look at that 141 again. His birthday leaves 141. Oklahoma State equals 141. Australia equals 141. Let's listen to that rant.
Where are we at in society today? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me or our coaches. Don't write about a kid that does everything right, that's heart's broken, and then say that the coaches said he was scared. That ain't true.
Classic right there. And then what are the odds? It says September 22nd, 2007. Now we're one day after that, 18 years later. What are the odds? What are the odds of that? Here, I'm going to play it again right here. Maybe it'll play. I don't know. Oh, that's weird. Here, let's see.
If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this is worth reading. Let me tell you why I'm talking about this article. 3/4 of this is inaccurate. It's fiction. And
Probably.
this article embarrasses me to be involved with athletics tremendously. And that article had to have been written by a person that doesn't have a child.
Who was the player? Man, time flies, doesn't it? Who was the player that Mike Gundy ranted about? Bobby Reed, a former Oklahoma State quarterback in 2007, defending him after a controversial article by Jenny Carlson of the Oklahoman. I'm gonna do. Does Bobby Reed have some stats that we can look on? Like a birthday and stuff. He does. He's got the Taylor Swift birthday. I don't know how that's relevant here. Is that the guy? Yeah, that's him. Number 14. You see him right here. Bobby Reed. I kind of want to. I think we should. He may have had like a bad performance and then an article was written bad about him or something like that. I'm going to toss his name in the calculator. It would be. How incredible would that be if 141 pops up? It doesn't. It doesn't. But let's see if it matches. Maybe it'll match something we have entered. Look at that. 46 like Mike Gundy. Okay? You see that right there on the fly? That's the 46 like Mike Gundy right there, the coach. In the same cipher, okay? And there may be another connection somewhere along the line. So, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So that's pretty nice right there. Okay. I almost dropped the decode without remembering. I'm like, I know the name Mike Gundy. And it's like, oh, yes. Oh, yes, from the rant. Let me make sure I'm recording here. Hopefully, huh? All right, so I'm good. Because I've said it before, you cannot recapture this decoding energy. Like I say, well caught up in the decodes. Now, this number's been popping up right here, and I'm going to show you with some other stories. Fired equals 21. He's fired 42 days after his birthday. Oklahoma State fires him. Oklahoma State equals 42. Notice his last birthday, the 224th day of the year. If look at it from right to left, 422, like 42. And that's amazing because we just talked about Sandy Brondello. Coach equals Well, head coach equals 42. Sandra equals 42. The Mercury bounced the Liberty out of the playoffs. That's her last game with the team. Arizona equals 42. Phoenix, Arizona, right? It looks like that game was in Phoenix. Isn't that wild? Even Cardi B trending with her new album. The tour for the new album kicks off next February, the 42nd day of the year. She revealed her fourth pregnancy here in that trending story. Her first with New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs, and barely 2 weeks after she emerged victorious. Uh, an assault accusation against her. But look, you see the 4 and the 2? And that's a football connection with Stephon Diggs. With this story, Mike Gundy, and you get all of these sports connected with the 42 trending. February even equals 42 with that tour starting in February. Now, something else I notice, look at Coach 21, Sandra 21 right there. Okay? Well, Mike Gundy's birthday is on the 12th, which is 21 reversed, okay? Now, look what else I just caught here before hitting record. Let me see if I still have it. Okay, look. Oklahoma State is in the Big 12. Oh, and you know that Bobby Reed is born in the 12th month. The quarterback he was defending in that rant. So even that quarterback's born in the 12th month, but look at this right here. The most recent head coach was Mike Gundy, who coached the Cowboys for 21 seasons. And the Big 12, come on, look at that connection. While we're here, look at this, look at their last game. September 19th, they scored 12 points in the loss. Look at that. Against Tulsa. That's a lot of 12s and a lot of 21s. That's on the fly right there as well, okay? Tulsa scores 19 on the 19th. The 19th day of the ninth month, 199, also like 19. Look at Oklahoma State's 1 and 2. Okay? So, again, Sandra 21, Coach 21. Look at that. And I think I have more of those 21s. It's awesome when we can go on the fly like that and just land even heavier, okay? Because I think I might have some 21s upcoming. Or you know what? There may have been some more 21s in that's Sandy decode with her parting ways from the Liberty. What's her last name? Galdetto or whatever. I don't know. Maybe we'll look at it again. Brondello. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting because you get Braun kind of like LeBron, and LeBron James equals 42, Lakers equals 42. I keep saying expect some LeBron James news or maybe Bronny news. Man, that's wild, huh? And more 42s here with Cardi B right there. And there might even be some more with that story, okay? You see 204, 240, you see the 4 and the 2 in there. Mike Gundy is age 58. Pamela Anderson is age 58. I just dropped that decode. She's trending. You see the story right there. Pamela Anderson leads the way for women who choose to go makeup free. Also, this Bay Area earthquake. Look at the interstate there with the picture that came with the story. I already dropped that decode trending. Look at that Interstate 580. Like 58. You see that? And there's been other 58s. I just kind of lost track of them, but I've mentioned them along the way. Of course, another coach. I think he's now a commentator guy or analyst, whatever you call it. Stan Van Gundy with basketball, and that connects to Sandy Brondello as well. Stan Van Gundy. His birthday is 14 days after Mike Gundy. You see that? So look at how these coaches are all connected. Isn't that interesting? Right there? I think so. Right when I heard the name Mike Gundy, I'm like, okay, that I almost missed that rant. Caught that at the end. I don't even think they mentioned the rant in the article. Maybe they do. They sure didn't right away. I even have another video where they don't even mention it. But that's why we know him, okay? That's why we know him. Look at that right there. Isn't that hits extreme right there, okay? So I don't think I recognized him because it looks like he grew his hair out. That stuff's pretty wild right there, huh? So yeah, there's LeBron James energy still in the air. Remember, LeBron James even equals 114. Ooh, Oklahoma State. Look at Oklahoma's got that 76, which hit in the earthquake trending story with San Francisco. San Francisco equals 76. San Francisco founded in 1776. The earthquake was on a 76 date numerology. San Francisco Bay Area also equals 76. So look, you see how all of these trending stories hit they do, right?
In a move that feels pretty long overdue, Oklahoma State has announced today they have fired Mike Gundy after 25 consecutive years with the program and 21 as its head coach. Let's talk about why and some candidates to replace him. Starting with the why, and if you've followed this program at all over the last 2 years, you already know. It's been pretty sad to watch them fall from one of the better teams in the Big 12, have an opportunity to really take that league over with Oklahoma and Texas exiting both from a recruiting perspective and on the field, and absolutely give it up. Become one of the worst teams in the conference and slowly descend to being one of the worst teams in the entire Power Four. They have lost 11 consecutive games to opponents at the FBS level, bled.
All right, so they're just kind of going over their struggles or whatever. But we know it's just a part of the script. Man, that birthday 8 days apart. Whew, that's heavy right there with Sandy trending. And I could just pull this up right here too. You see my breakdowns right here, right? Oh, did I not? I may not have uploaded the Sandy one there. Ooh, so I'm gonna have to. I like to upload them here on Canva and then erase them off of Google Slides to save storage on the Google account. Yeah, it looks like I didn't upload that one. But yeah, you see, look how busy I stay. You see all of these breakdowns. This is just one account filled with breakdowns. This is my hobby. Okay, I don't I invest time in this as a hobby. I mean, I guess it beats doom scrolling, right? I guess it beats doom scrolling, but yeah, that's my hobby. Okay, so I invest time, but I don't. I think it beats being emotionally attached to the stories. I can't even really like get into music anymore because I know music is the biggest deceiver of all. But this is sports. So they said, and that 21 hit heavy with the 12, huh? Mike equals 20. Look how Mike equals 20 right there. And then it says fired after 20 plus years. But I think they said 21 to be exact, right? So, I mean, those are some awesome, undeniable, easy connections anybody with eyes could see. And you see these connections here. I showed you Stan Van Gundy. And then Sandy Brondello. Yes, expect LeBron James news. He's already kind of like trending probably all the time, but I think there's going to be big LeBron news. That's just my opinion. I'm going to leave it there, okay? That's all the energy I have. I think I showed this script very well with some interesting connections. Oklahoma State fires football coach Mike Gundy after 20 plus years. Okay, again, I'm ahead, so it feels weird making these videos. Then they're going to drop in a few days. Um, but still trending nevertheless. Until next time. Nevertheless, not, we get programmed to say these words, and it's like, what is it? Nevertheless, what the hell does that mean? The fake world. Until next time.